Hi, I'm Paul with Canada Lockers. We help this condo upgrade their storage rooms. Let's take a look. The challenge this building faced is that they didn't have one locker for every suite. As a result, our task was to ensure that every apartment had a storage locker. To do so, we took the space available and we divided it by the number of lockers required. The result was a locker that's roughly 2 feet wide by 7 feet tall and about 36 inches deep. Every locker is equipped with a transom on top to prevent storage on top of the lockers. And you'll note how strong and straight our transoms stand. In this room, we have a bank of back-to-back lockers. We did that to maximize the amount of usage of the middle of the room. You'll see here, one locker opens, and then in the back, we have a mesh screen. Now you may think a 2 foot wide locker isn't that big, but in fact, I can stand inside. And at 7 feet tall, I still have plenty of room above my head. Moving on, let's take a look in room 2. Again, we have a nice straight row of straight lockers, all about 2 feet wide by 7 feet tall and about 36 inches deep. Transom on top to prevent storage on top of lockers. A 4 foot aisle because that's very important. Unlike the last room, we still have a bank of lockers, but these ones are not back to back. You'll see on the front we have doors, but on the back, they're enclosed by a mesh panel. Here we have the 12 gauge steel frame, welded mesh on the inside, and it's all attached to the frame so it's nice and secure. Also interesting is the transom on here. Nice straight row of transom, and the end transom panel to enclose it all. Here we are coming to the next room of storage lockers. This particular room holds about 18 2 feet wide lockers. In this particular case, because the sprinklers are set at around 94 inches above the finished floor, the locker heights are 75 inches tall. We determine the locker height by measuring the sprinkler height and then minusing 18 inches. Whatever the result is the finished locker size up to a maximum of 84 inches tall. In this particular room, you'll see that we have nice straight wire mesh transom panels. However, there are some common obstacles like pipes and vents. The way the installers get around these obstacles is they just take a zip disc and cut down the panel a little bit. Even though the panel's cut, it still results in a much stronger transom panel than if you just use a piece of wire mesh with some ties or perhaps a bracket the way many installers do. And we've said this before, but the reason our panels are so straight is because we laser cut this angle here. And you can just visually see from the way that this tongue fits inside that groove, that is a perfectly straight right angle on that panel. It means a lot to us. Again, there's the vent. And one other interesting thing on this bank of lockers in the middle of the room. You'll see that on this side, we have 3 foot wide lockers, but on this side, we have 2 foot wide lockers. And that was done because we only had so much width on the room, and we wanted to maximize the amount of lockers we could get in there while still maintaining a 4 foot aisle. Here we are at the next room. What makes this room interesting is that there's a whole bunch of pipes at the end. And that really does obstruct what we can do with the end of the room, and it also controls the height of the lockers. Our solution in this case was to find the usable area. You'll see that's where the pipe ends, and we built in there. Of course, over by the door, you have to have a 5 foot turning circle around the door, and you have to have a 48-inch aisle in between the lockers right here. Even with those restrictions, we still ended up creating a very usable, very functional storage space. For a storage room, it's a nice looking room. Thanks very much for taking a tour of this project with us. If Canada Lockers can help you with lockers in your building, give us a call. We are here to help.